What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mikey G coming at you today with another topic, and today I want to discuss Corona. Yes, it was bound to happen at some point, but I want to discuss what I've been seeing in the news, if I'm ever looking at it, or when people show it to me or tell me to go look at certain things. I've noticed a few things. I see that these people are trying to severely scare people into doing what they want. I'll see newscasters being super dramatic about the coronavirus. And yes, it's very serious. It's a very serious thing going on in the world. I'm not doubting that at all. What I'm not liking, though, is that they're trying to scare everyone into getting a shot. Here's my thing. Earlier on in the phases, we discovered that the masks weren't really helping to prevent us from catching it, but it was to prevent us from spreading it if we had it. A lot of people were confused on that. People still are confused on that. So a mask, of course, is not going to stop you from catching it. The vaccine they came out with, you have to get more than one shot for it to be effective. And there was a time when, a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken, you had to get the vaccine every 6 months, be fully vaccinated every 6 months. Now it's like it lasts forever now all of a sudden. And then there's this whole thing about different variations of this same disease coming out. I think there's a Delta now. I didn't even know there were that many different versions of the same thing. And of course, in order for it to survive, it's going to mutate. It's going to do whatever it can to survive. That's great. But then I'm hearing that the same vaccine that they've been working on, that they have come out with, will work against this variant as well, this mutation that is trying to survive. Now, hold on, because if you think about any other viruses, like the flu, we have to get a flu shot like every year. And it's not like when we get it, the vaccine just have an expiration date. It's more like, yes, you have it, but now it mutates into something more to where it fights off against the previous vaccination that you got from it. So you have to get another one. But what doesn't make any sense is how there's this new version of this deadly virus out now, but yet the vaccination that was being used 6 or so months ago will help you against it. Now, what's really worried me about this is I've had family members, and this is how I know that all these outlets and stuff, they're guilt tripping people into getting this stuff. I had a family member literally call me, ask me if I was vaccinated. I told them my answer, and they literally were trying to guilt trip me into getting it. My stance is where it is. But that's not the first time that's happened, because I've seen coworkers around me that will get this thing and then they'll start telling me like, oh, you need to get this to be safe. And I'm just sitting here like, you getting a vaccine does not protect me, it protects you. So what are you worried about me not being vaccinated being around you for? Since you're good, right? You got this vaccine that protects you from this virus that's been spreading out in the world for over a year now. My whole thing on this is this vaccine is protecting you from this. If I have it and you have the vaccine, you're good. If I have it, I have it. Game over, whatever. You should not be worried about your health because I don't have a shot. That doesn't make any sense. That's the issue I have with this. Our country is trying to guilt trip and bully us into getting this thing. Even though we have a choice not to get any type of medical treatments on our bodies if we don't want to. We have that choice. They say, well, if you're not vaccinated, wear a mask. First of all,
how do you know?
I'm walking outside now and see masks really virtually nowhere and where I'm at. But I know over half the people I encounter are not vaccinated. I don't care. Like, how do you really know who is and who isn't? Unless you just vocalize that you have been or that you haven't. It doesn't make any sense to be this stressed out over everyone getting this and giving people ultimatums almost. It's kind of weird. It's like they're trying to give us a warning or something. And I know that's very conspiracy theorist thought process, but that's just the vibe I'm getting from all of this. It's like they're trying to give us a warning, like saying, do this or else. Or else what? But I'm thinking the or else's are the different variations of the disease. Because months ago, there were people that swore up and down they weren't going to get it. Now they've gotten it. Because they were too scared of the new versions that came out to even risk it. Which really concerns me and really opens my eyes to the fact that this country is trying to bully everyone, make everyone feel guilty about not getting a vaccination shot, bullying them into getting one. It's just insane to sit here and think about, if I run into someone that's been vaccinated and they ask me and I tell them the truth, what's gonna happen? Like, can something bad happen to me from these people? Heck, I remember just a few months ago, I was at CVS and I got followed around about 3 times in that little store. There was a doctor and a nurse there just walking around CVS, literally asking people,
"Hey, did you get your shot? We have the last shot here, right here, back there if you want to get it for free."
"No, I'm good." And I haven't told many people this story, but after I said, "No, I'm good," the doctor looked at me up and down and he said, "You're good." Huh, okay.
Bet.
It was just weird. That was a weird reaction I got from him. I caught on to that. I was like, what the hell? And that was the first interaction. I walk in the store right there in the front, asking me if I want a shot. I'm like, "No, I'm good." Looks at me, puzzled, "You're good." Yes. Keeps walking to get what I'm getting. Later on, the nurse asks me,
"There's this vaccination shot, last one, first come, first serve."
"No, thank you. Keep doing what I'm doing." I don't know how they looked because I didn't look at them when I said no. But then, the third time was from the same doctor. He asked me again, like I was gonna change my mind. It's almost like he tried to use a look to guilt me into thinking, maybe I should consider it. No, I made my decision. I'm sorry, random doctor, you're not changing my mind. I'm sorry, family members, you're not changing my mind. Don't guilt trip me into doing anything, because if anything, it's gonna make me resist even harder. There are people that resist things. This is one of these things. They resist influences from other people that they don't feel is quite right. And given the history of this country, me as a African American black individual, I did not want to be one of those first few to get a vaccination test. You feel me? Did not want to be one of those first few. I told other people that got it, I said, "Hey man, kudos. I'll see how the experiment goes." Yes, I am joking with them, but also kind of serious at the same time, because this is something completely new. I have not been personally affected by the virus at all. I only follow these regulations when and absolutely when I have to. Not anytime more, sometimes less. At work, I'll follow the guidelines so long as I'm around people. Most of the time I'm not, so I don't always follow it. I was around it, all these people getting it, interacting with people that had it. Never once had any signs or inclination that I ever had it. I've been tested for COVID, I think over 10 times now, been negative every time. They'll let me know when it's a positive, but it never is. I'm around it, but I'm not, which is another thing. I'm just sitting here like, it doesn't make any sense to me. People around me have gotten it. People around me have had horrible experiences with it, but I've not seen any of that. And I do less of what they do. These people that have gotten this virus were people that were actually following the rules to the T and were getting it. While me, on the other hand, doesn't follow any type of rule about this unless they absolutely must, meaning if I'm in a public place and they require me to wear it and I have to, according to regulation guidelines, I put it on. But everyone that follows these rules, even without that reminder from other places, have majority been victimized by this. I sit here and wonder to myself, is there a connection? I don't want to jump into this being like a conspiracy or anything. It's just my viewpoint on this whole thing, what I'm seeing, what I'm experiencing from all of this, and why I do what I do. I want to know if any of you, anyone else has experienced this. Have you all noticed this, or what have you noticed? What's a common factor in this virus affecting your livelihood? That's pretty much all I want to say. Nothing I've said is based on any type of hard facts. If you have anything you can educate me on, please do so. I'm nobody special.
I'm just Mikey G.
I'll catch y'all in another video.